Me time is here, because The View starts now. No one was under the tabloid microscope more than Lindsay Lohan, and she's talking back today. Plus, SNL's Daryl Hammond reveals how his uncanny impressions of our presidents have become a part of American history. And Daryl's helping us find which comedian does the country's best President Trump impression. And the prize is huge. Let's go! Here come your hot topics with Whoopi, Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, Sarah Haynes, and Jedediah Bila. Now, let's get things started.
Today is President's Day. So who is your all-time favorite real commander-in-chief?
Oh.
Real.
Well, let's see. I dated Lincoln. I love Obama. I did.
Yeah, hands down for me, President Barack Obama.
Yeah.
My answer is not policy related, but I once wrote a paper in 6th grade on William Taft.
Oh.
And I liked him because his birthday was the 15th of September and mine is the 18th.
Mine would be Ronald Reagan, big fan.
Okay.
And my reason is actually because he was able to persuade people who weren't inclined to agree with him and get them. Reagan Democrats became a thing, and he talked to everybody. He didn't just talk to the right. He talked to everyone as he was, president of everyone, and I just love him. Charismatic, great guy.
All right.
I'm an FDR girl. I like FDR.
He was
because
great, too.
FDR understood that he had to take care of his people.
Yeah.
He had to take care of his people. That without Americans, there is no America. So he made sure that widows got the things that they needed, to make sure that people got what they needed, gave artists work, made sure things happened to make us the great country that we are.
And also Kennedy. Say a word for Kennedy. Kennedy, I admire Kennedy because he got us out of that Cuban Missile Crisis, which I was in college when that happened. And I said to my friends, we're going to die. They had nuclear missiles headed toward Queens College, where I was, exactly where I was.
Scary. Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to die a
The entire
virgin, because
50s
I
was
was
scary.
at that time.
Yeah.
I was a virgin, and I was like, I don't want to die a virgin. That's all I...
That's what...
Yes. I was... And so he... That's a story.
You sound like Sandra Dee in Greece.
And he got us out of that because he made a deal with the Russians behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, he had to, it was the biggest test of his administration. They were testing him, and he didn't blink, but boy, was that something. You remember duck and roll?
Yeah,
If they said if a nuclear bomb falls, right, you're supposed to run to the corner, duck, and then roll into a ball.
That was going to do anything.
It's like, really? I don't think that would work, but hey, who's your favorite fake president? Like TV
I have
president?
a tie. I have
Oh.
Bill Pullman in Independence Day.
Oh, he was good.
He gave an impassioned speech. We will not go quietly into the night. Ooh, moving,
Yeah.
okay. And then Michael
Michael
Douglas,
Douglas.
because I love that he
He's
fell in
adorable.
love. He was like,
Yeah.
he and Annette Bening were so cute.
And his relationship with his little girl. I almost had a tie. I love Michael Douglas and the American president. I would have chosen Fitz from Scandal, but he's a cheater.
Well, so what?
He's a
Nobody's
cheater.
perfect.
Cheated on his wife. Didn't like
well.
it. Didn't
Yeah, I can't
like
see
it.
that going over well with you.
I said a lot of presidents in the 20th century cheated on their wives,
Not
including
President
FDR.
Barack Obama.
No, not Obama, but including FDR.
Listen,
That
I
we know
feel
of.
if you vacuum that rug, you could put together two people from the DNA that you pick up. That's what I'm saying. So who
The
for
only
you?
one who didn't Whoopi is Nixon, because nobody
Yes.
would do it with him.
Oh no, and and the one who cheated in his heart. He had lusted
Jimmy
in his heart.
Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Who else?
I had Harrison Ford in Air Force One.
Oh,
Loved
that's
it.
a good one.
And there's a funny one. Donald Trump also loved Harrison Ford in Air Force One, and he had told the New York Times he stood up for America. And Ford responded, "Donald, it's a movie."
Yeah, my favorite fake president is Mary McDonnell on Battlestar Galactica. She was amazing. And that and 5 cents will get us a ride on the bus. We'll be right back.
What's the controversial sex book that's on millions of women's bedside tables? He doesn't know it.
I don't know that.
Good. Okay, next.
I'll ask Michelle when I get home.
That was President Obama's second visit to the View back in 2012. Check out which other commanders-in-chief stopped by throughout the show. Now, it is President's Day, so on today's Black History Month, FYI, we are saluting the first black president of the United States, Barack Obama. And for all of those who continue to question his track record, here are a few of his accomplishments. He brought the country back from the brink of financial disaster after big banks almost caused the economy to collapse. He saved over 1 million jobs by bailing out the American auto industry. He gave health care to over 30 million Americans with the Affordable Care Act. He ended the war in Iraq and ordered the raid that killed terrorist mastermind Osama bin Laden. In his second term, he fought to make same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states, issued a wide-ranging executive action on climate change, immigration, and initiated sanctions against Russia for their atrocities in the Ukraine. So, if you want to know what a president does, that's what a president does.
Well, you know what? The terrible thing is that the Trump administration is trying to undo a lot of these things.
All of them.
The ACA, the immigration policies, the fact that they'll start polluting our environment again. I mean, you know, they're going to roll back Dodd-Frank, which will get everybody, the finances in trouble again. I mean, it's outrageous. The man spent 8 years getting us to that point, and now these bozos are going to roll it back. It's ridiculous.
What's incredible about the list of accomplishments, and those are just a few of his accomplishments, what's incredible is he did it in the face of such obstructionism. He did it in the face of no cooperation in the Senate, no cooperation with Congress. And I remember when you just said, you know, Reagan was able to have Reagan Democrats. Unfortunately, President Barack Obama wasn't even given the opportunity to have, you know, Obama Republicans, yet he still did all of those things.
What I'm going to
That shows you what a president is.
What I'm going to miss about him is the era of a president you could show your kids. Like, I think when they first asked me that question backstage about who my favorite president was, Reagan jumped to mind first, because when I was a little kid, it was Ronald Reagan. And I think that was a time where the president, the word president, the man president, it was wow.
Yeah.
And I think it's sad because we all can admit, whoever you voted for, it's the end of an era, because you can no longer look to the first family as this example
And
of...
the love between Michelle and
Which
Barack.
is so cute and admirable, because I still debate who wears the pants in that
You know,
relationship.
this guy is... Trump is in office, what, 3 weeks? How many weeks is it?
It hasn't
And
been
he's
100
already
days.
had,
Like 50 years.
and he's already had like so much going wrong already, so many scandals. Obama, 8 years, not one hint of scandal, nothing.
Realize, though, just with respect to some of the stuff you said before in terms of undoing,
Yeah.
Donald Trump was elected. He has it. He views
Not
it
by
as
the
his
majority, as
mandate
far as I'm
by the
concerned.
Electoral College, though. I mean,
By
he
the
won the
Russians.
election.
By the
And
Russians and the FBI.
But he was elected by people who are essentially saying, whether you like it or not, undo a lot of this stuff because it hasn't been working
do
for us.
you really think that...
We're going to take a break and come right back.
She's speaking.
Hey guys, Lindsay Lohan here. I've been gone for a few years, and I'm looking forward to catching up with the ladies. I'm coming up next.
Why are you scared to to go on shows like this rather than on Meet the Press.
Meet the Press is easy. You guys are tough.
Yeah, are you afraid we might ask about your booty?
Yeah. The honest to God truth is I was hoping you would.
You know, Lindsay Lohan is somebody people think they know. And for a long time, no celebrity has been quite as scrutinized as she has been. But now she is finally setting the record straight, telling us about everything she's into, the new things she's doing, the new places she's going. Please welcome really a grand woman, Miss Lindsay Lohan. Darling, you have been doing some amazing stuff. You've become an activist, a true, a no-holds-barred activist. Tell everybody what you're doing.
Well, I was in Turkey, and I saw everything that's going on with a lot of the kids. I love working with children, and I did a documentary in India as well on slavery with kids. And so when I was in Turkey, I was there for a work thing, and I said, you know what? I'm in such a different place in my life and headspace, and I have the time now where I can go and do some good and actually get on the ground and see what's happening.
Right.
And draw attention to it in a positive way to bring people awareness. So I went to Antep with the Mayor Fatima and went and visited some of the kids, and I'm helping a family that's there. I kind of support them and go and visit them frequently, and now seeing what else I can do to create a sustainable future for these people.
Right.
And how I can be of help and service.
How's that experience been? Kind of amazing.
It is.
So when you first met with these kids, what was that experience like for you?
Hard. I cried right away, right off the bat, just because, just to feel safe in these container camps, these kids, because they're not scared of bombs going off every second. You just see that they have this light inside of them, and seeing a new face and somebody willing to kind of teach them and sit with them and bringing attention to other people coming to do that, I think is really important. But it's really, the stories of some of these women and this young girl, Bana, who is the first child that has a voice of what's going on.
Right.
It's incredible.
And this is the Syrian refugee crisis.
Yeah.
While you were there was an image that was released online of you holding a Quran, and some people didn't react well to that.
No, they didn't. That actually happened several years ago. So it was really interesting that they brought it up again right when I had come back from there, because that was a long time ago.
Right.
It was before I was starting to make the move to London, actually.
Right.
And yeah, it was something that I study, and I think everyone's free to study whatever they want to, My sister's very spiritual. And I don't think you should be judged on who you are by holding a book.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're passionate about a country that is primarily Muslim, understanding the faith and what they live by is important. Some people were talking about you converting. Do you think people were projecting on this image whatever they wanted?
Yeah, but that's life.
Yeah.
That's never happened to me before.
Last summer, you turned 30.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've had so much success. You've done these incredible movies. By the way, my daughter Paloma loves Parent Trap. It is her favorite movie.
You know what? I'm just going to bust them. These two, it's their favorite movie.
No, Mean Girls. Mean Girls
she
is
loves
mine.
me. That's right. That's
On Wednesdays, we wear pink, okay?
I am the one that forced my daughter to watch it, and she loves it. But what lessons have you learned from just your earlier years that you're going to apply to your life now? You've already spoken a little bit about it, but...
I think it was just, everything moves so fast when you're in the industry, and people grow up so quickly with it, and you know this from knowing me forever.
Yeah.
And I think you have to just always remember to slow down and just really sit and look at what you have and where you want to go with that. Because if the pace goes so fast in like the Hollywood industry that it really is, like my mother would always tell me to come home and I never listened.
Yeah.
I should have come home to New York, but I was staying in LA. You just have to really take your time with things and find what makes you happy at the end of the day. It's not always the materialistic things that are going to be there for you in the end.
Yeah.
Well, you've also dealt with some addiction throughout your life. Do you have anything to say to people out there that might be struggling? dealing with some of the same things?
Everybody goes through things differently, so I can't speak for anyone, but I think, like I said before, like I really found I love spirituality, and that really drives me. And taking it like meditation, transcendental meditation, that really clears my mind. Just being able to switch off, and I made a mind map when I turned 30. I was like, of what I wanted in the next 10 years spiritually. What feeds me? What keeps me humble here? Who do I want to help? What do I want to do with that help? And how can I stay continuously doing those things? I want to make my own movies. I don't want to have to answer to anyone. So just focus, stay focused on, and really surround yourself with good people.
A mind map.
Yeah.
A mind map.
I love
and
that.
Also,
It's worth it.
I love that.
That's a great one.
Recognizing that the people outside of you do not make who you are. That's your choice. You make these choices. And that only comes, though, when you grow up a little bit. That's how you start knowing. But don't think we're not going in the back and making mind maps either. I'm just saying.
I'll show you mine.
I'm telling you.
But you also have some exciting news about a new project. Please tell us about it.
We just finished the sizzle reel for this show that I'm doing, producing and created with my business partner called Nerd. And it's kind of hard to explain it. We'll go to someone and I hijack their social media for 24 hours and dare them and their phone and their tweets, but I dare them to do things that they think they're good at. And then they win money and it goes to proceeds for charity.
Nice.
It's funny. It's funny, too. It's really funny.
That sounds super meaningful. And while we're on that topic, meaningful work for me is your Mean Girls performances. A lot of us are hoping for like a sequel down the road. Would you get back with Regina George? And
I went to SNL the other day, and I was like harassing Lauren. I'm like, we have to do. I'll write the treatment. If Tina's too busy, like it's fine. So hopefully, I mean, yes, they should, but I think they're smart with timing, so it'll come when the time's right. But definitely.
Did you love it as much as we did?
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a cult film.
Do you quote it?
No.
Is it called quoting when they were your lines?
Yeah, but it's other people's.
Lindsay, thank you for coming and hanging with us. You come back anytime. Come back anytime. Whatever you're doing, you have a home here.
Come back with the show.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We would love that.
We love Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, I'll do it to you.
And we, of course, will be right back.
Hey guys, Daryl Hammond here. I'm best known for my dozens of impressions, including Presidents Clinton and Bush. Now I just have to work on an impression of the new guy in charge of our country, Vlad Putin.
There are many people who feel that you have made a better ex-president than president. Does it bother you when you're characterized that way?
No, I don't think so. Not when you're an excellent president and an outstanding former president.
Well, yes, it's still President's Day, which is the perfect time for a visit from the man who is legendary for some of the greatest political impersonations in American history. Please welcome I love this man. He's hilarious. He's fabulous. Daryl Hammond.
Okay, so did you want to say anything?
You shouldn't have really gotten so dressed up for us.
When you're cool, you don't have to.
That's true.
right.
I couldn't think of what to wear, so I decided not to try.
You got a Yankees hat on. You got a New York hat on.
Well,
I like that.
Today is President's Day, so I thought we'd start by talking about the one that we have presently. You knew him before he was elected. Was he the same as he is now? Is this the man you knew?
I think essentially, I mean, I used to sit in his office with him, and you'd be talking the whole time, like you're saying something, and the whole time you're talking, he's doing this. I don't know what's going on in his world. I think he's converting unpleasant into pleasant. Because if you notice, it's almost impossible to insult him.
Yes.
It just deflects.
Yeah.
It doesn't depress him.
Yeah.
And yet he's touchy, too, at the same time.
What?
They're thin-skinned, even though you can't, it's hard to
I don't know. I don't know. To me, he just keeps going. You know, I mean, people say things like he's a pig, he's a racist, he's this. The whole time, he's like, yeah, and... I mean, your point is, if I had $1 for every time, wait a minute, I do.
You've also met President Clinton 3 times. How is it meeting someone that you impersonate?
Well, he's the trippiest guy ever. I mean, if you've ever met him, there's no other human like him. I mean, it's correct. I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I heard he was there. I asked if I could see him. He said, yeah. So I went into the green room, and he's there eating ham. Yeah. And I only bring that up because I never saw anyone look so good eating ham. He just looked so damn good just the whole time he's looking at me. And I walked up to him, and I had rehearsed. I had made up my mind. I'm going to say something smart that a president think is smart. And he came over to me, and I just said, thank you for my house. I thanked him for my house.
What did that mean to you?
That was the only thing that could come out of my mouth. I wanted to talk about balancing the budget or long-term care for the elderly. I just went, I have a house because of you.
What did he say back?
He said, I'm paraphrasing, but not by much. He said, I make the headlines. You turn them into gold. And I almost said...
That's good.
I almost said, like, is this the part in your world where people drop trowel? But no one's ever talked to me like that.
You can resist.
Yeah, I mean...
You can't resist him.
I yield.
Now, you did the correspondence dinner when President Bush was in office. What was the most memorable part of that night for you?
First of all, when I met him, I thought he was going to lean into me and go, abracadabra. I don't know why abracadabra made sense to me. But I noticed he did something that I've never seen another human or president do. I never saw another human, let alone a president, stop talking in the middle of a sentence because he's lost interest in that sentence. You know what I mean?
What?
Like,
That's true.
I know exactly what you mean.
So, like how? Like, He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
He'll walk up to you like, I appreciate your hard work, and
That's it.
I appreciate you.
Can you believe we miss him now? I mean, I was merciless to him. I'll take him back. But here's the thing about news now. It's on the air 24/7. The president, the Sean, all of them, all the pundits. Who's your favorite pundit?
Al Sharpton.
Oh.
I only feel, and I'll tell you why. No one has watched him more than me because I feel like he's one of these people that always tells you exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my feeling, okay? Like, I was watching TV one day, and I saw Dick Epart talking about Homeland Security and change the channel. I saw Joe Lieberman talking about tax cuts. I turned on Hannity, and I heard Sharpton say, I did not call Rudy Giuliani a bozo. I said bozo could have done just as good a job. Oh, my God.
That's amazing. It's amazing. You even get the mannerisms in their faces.
How do you study a person to do this?
Oh, hopefully you've done something similar to it before and it comes quickly, but, if you're lucky, you get to play them a number of times over years and it just keeps evolving.
Not just the presidents, but who's your all-time favorite impression?
I sort of like Sean Connery.
Would you speak to us, Sean? Would you say something?
I'm not proposing marriage. You don't have to think about it, just nod.
I don't know what else. That's what I was doing the night Will Ferrell was learning Alex Trebek from Jeopardy.
Right.
And I turned to him and I said, not a fan of the ladies, I a Trebek.
The Al Sharpton I'm still like,
That's amazing.
Blueberry pie.
Said he could do bozo.
Amazing.
But say it again. What did Al Sharpton say?
He said, I did not call Rudy Giuliani. Clearly, I said
Rudy Giuliani and Bozo have a similar degree of talent.
Daryl is sticking around, and we'll be right back.
Daryl has President Trump down.
Everyone loves me.
So he's helping us judge comedians, competing to see who can do the best Trump impression in America. Next.
Is the only thing that's going to get me through the next 4 years. I might as well do it at Trump's expense. So, right now, we're helping the legendary LA Comedy Club, The Laugh Factory, find the best Trump impersonator in the world. The winner will join their web series, Fake News/Real News. 3 alternative Trumps will take our stage, and whoever wins our competition will automatically be a top 10 finalist at The Laugh Factory in LA. And the lovely and talented Daryl Hammond has stuck around to help judges. And of course, Sarah's here, so let's get started. Our first contestant is from right here in New York City. He's a part-time lawyer and full-time comedian, which already makes him more qualified to be president than the real Trump. Please welcome David O. Friedman. Yes.
Love you. Not you. Oh, people. It is so good to be back on The View. Now, I told them that I would not return unless they drove away the spirit of Rosie O'Donnell. Oh my God. I even asked my Steve Bannon to, exorcise her demons, but he refused. He thought I asked him to exercise. I don't know. Anyway, everybody knows that I love the Blacks History Month. Or as Jeff Sessions calls it, February. And that Freddie Douglas, oh my God, he's doing an amazing job. I'm going to promote him to my lousiest hotel in the middle of nowhere. But that Robert De Niro, all right, he threatened to punch President Trump in the face. Hey, Bobby, I'm not saying that your latest movie is a box office flop. But more people have seen my tax returns. It's true. It's totally true.
Okay, David, it's time to give a little spiel. So what do you think of him?
You had your hands down. That was really impressive. And I really liked your Black History Month joke. That I have. So I really enjoyed it.
And Freddie Douglas.
Your hair is on point. Really. I hope it's not natural.
Huh?
I hope your hair is not natural.
What do you think?
I love the attitude, like the world could explode and I don't care. You really have that. You're bringing him out there.
Yeah, you captured
the whole essence of the guy.
You captured his narcissism, I think, very well.
Nailed that.
Right. So, okay, thank you very much, David.
Thank you very much.
Our next candidate is from Clifton, New Jersey. It took him 4 months to perfect his impression, which could be longer than Trump will be in office. Please welcome Bob DeBono.
We are going to make America great again, folks. We love New York. We love New York. New York has the greatest people, unbelievable people. I love New York. Look at them. Look at the beautiful women. My God, Whoopi, I want to grope her. I love her. She's beautiful. I want to grope her. My God, she's beautiful. I won, and I won big. I won the Electoral College, which thankfully is the only school I can't get sued for. I am now the leader of the free world and the first to have a cover charge. That I can tell you. A lot of people thought that I wasn't going to win. A lot of people, including me, I didn't know.
He's really good.
We started off with 17 candidates in the Republican Party. Then we went down to about 12 because Chris Christie ate about 5 of them. He doesn't belong. He doesn't belong in the White House. He belongs in the White Castle. I can tell you that, believe me. Even when he endorsed me, we couldn't find him. He was supposed to be in the Rose Garden. He was in the Olive Garden. We don't know the hell he was. I'll see you all on Twitter. Thank you.
Okay. Bob, how did you and I have met before? Was it Mar-a-Lago? What was it?
It was a great night. I remember it fondly. I met you when I used to work at Caroline's Comedy Club, and I did walk-around impressions in the restaurant, and I was doing Bill Clinton, and you were sitting there eating, and I came up to you, and I was like, it is so good to be here. You have no idea. And,
very good.
And you, that's a night that you stayed over, actually.
Okay, Sarah?
I closed my eyes, and you sound exactly like him, and your facial tics, nailed them. You were amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great impression, no question about it. But the thing that I'm really struck by is you have his inner thought pattern, the way he would talk to himself. It's the most realistic Trump dialogue I've seen.
Thank you very much.
Right.
That's a compliment coming from you.
And I'll just add very quickly that, all right, the other thing, I like the walk. Do the walk again, because you have the walk down.
Yeah, like I went to the bathroom in my pants.
Yeah, for example. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Bob. Okay, Bob. Our final contestant is from Las Vegas, Nevada, and he's been a comedian since the age of 5. Please welcome John DiDomenico.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited for you that I'm here, I have to tell you. And I'm so excited to be on The View where my 2 single biggest supporters, Joy and Whoopi, they're amazing. They're absolutely incredible, I have to tell you. They talk about me every single day. Every day. And they get very, very emotional. You do. You get very emotional. Switch to decaf, Joy. Switch to decaf. Now, I have to tell you, my Secret Service security detail told me there's over 5,000 people here today. But the press, terrible people, terrible people. They are going to say that it's only 180 in a small studio. Alternate facts. But you know what? I'm so happy to be here at The View. The View is such an important show. All female cast. Tremendous. Beautiful female audience. And I love women. I cherish women. I married 3 of them. And did you see the massive parade for me the day after the inauguration? Hundreds and thousands of women march for me. They love me. They absolutely love me. So thank you so much. You're a tremendous audience. Thank you. You're very good.
It's really brilliant. The best hands I've seen. The hands are finished. Can I ask you, when you go home, take a look at this new thing he's doing, the dumbfounded whisper thing that he did at the CIA, where he was like, I woke up, I looked at the camera, and I said, there was nobody there. I said, Donald Trump did not draw 40 million people. Look at dumbfounded whisper.
I've
the
noticed
CIA
that.
speech.
The kind of thing he's doing now. What do you think? Who's he talking to?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Thank you. Well, the judges are going to deliberate, and when we come back, we will announce the winner. So don't go away.
Tomorrow, Senator Chuck Schumer is live on The View to talk about how he's going after the Trump administration on all fronts and how the president's hitting back.
I noticed Chuck Schumer yesterday with fake ears.
Welcome back. After much deliberation, the judges have decided that the Trump impersonator who will advance to the finals at the Laugh Factory in L.A. and compete for a spot on their web series Fake News, Real News is John DiDomenico.
This is tremendous. Really? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you to our contestants and to the fabulous Daryl Hammond. Daryl will be performing this weekend at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville, Florida. And for upcoming performances, check out our website. Have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view.